China and Russia on Monday reportedly proposed that the United Nations Security Council ease sanctions on North Korea. According to Reuters, in a draft resolution, the two countries urged the UN to lift a ban on North Korea exporting key items such as coal, iron ore, seafood, and textiles, quote, with the intent of enhancing the livelihood of the civilian population. Although Beijing and Moscow has been raising the need at the UNSC to ease or terminate sanctions on North Korea, it's the first time they have actually submitted a resolution calling for it. And the timing is also noteworthy as it comes amid heightened tensions between Washington and Pyongyang, as well as increased chances of North Korea's strategic provocation with the year-end deadline set by the North approaching. A U.S. State Department official dismissed the proposal, saying that the UNSC should not be considering premature sanctions relief for North Korea, as it's threatening to conduct an escalated provocation, refusing to meet to discuss denuclearization. Kellyanne Conway, senior counselor to President Donald Trump, also made it clear that the U.S. position on sanctions remains unchanged, and Washington will not ease sanctions on the North until they see full, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. The draft also calls for a ban to be lifted on North Koreans working overseas and terminate a 2017 decision to repatriate all such workers by December 22nd. Seafood and textiles were North Korea's biggest export items before it was hit by sanctions, and earnings from an estimated 100,000 North Korean workers abroad, according to a U.S. estimate, have been the main source of foreign currency for the regime. So the proposed resolution is basically calling on the UNSC to lift sanctions aimed at cutting off foreign currency flowing into the North that are thought to be used to support the country's nuclear weapons and missile programs. The draft would also exempt inter-Korean rail and road cooperation projects from UN sanctions. These projects are some of the key goals agreed between the two Koreas in the April 27th Panmunjom Declaration, following the first summit between President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. South and North Korea have held a groundbreaking ceremony to link their railway and road networks in December last year. But in order to begin construction, goods and equipment must be transported across the border, and massive investment would be needed to bring North Korea's rail network up to standard, all of which would require UN exemptions. It's unclear if or when the draft resolution could be put to a vote in the 15-member Security Council, but it will need 9 votes in favor and no vetoes by permanent members, namely the United States, France, Britain, Russia, and China, to be approved. Unless Washington changes its stance on North Korea's denuclearization, which is highly unlikely, the odds are slim for the resolution to pass.